Hey guys, welcome back to another interview here on Toned In Entertainment. Today we're at Generation Championship Wrestling, and I'm here with Sir Knight Merrik Donovan.
Greetings.
How you doing? Welcome to Tampa.
I'm good. I'm enjoying it. It's a great place.
Yeah, Mania weekend. You're part of the Young Professors Best in Class show.
Best in class, yeah.
Now you already had your match out there today?
Yes, I already had my match. It was a tag match with the Space Cowboys, Stacey Alexander versus Dakota, and it was fun. I enjoyed myself, so.
Now, on your class picture, it says that you're most likely to pillage a locker room. Where does that come from?
Oh, whenever, I enter a new kingdom, I like to pillage your locker room and have fun and have at it. Just let me, line up with anybody and let's go to work.
That's true, because I did see your attire before you went out there, and you were ready to, look like you were ready to slay some people out there.
I was ready to pillage.
Yeah?
I was ready to pillage.
Now, what was one of the things that made you say, you know what, I want to try this, I want to become a professional wrestler?
When I was younger, I was in the library, and this guy came up to me. He was like, "Oh, you like the professional wrestling stuff? The high school has a wrestling team. You should definitely try it out." And so I had the opportunity 7th grade and 8th grade year, but I decided to do drama instead.
Okay.
It worked out. But then after the drama, I ended up in wrestling for 4 years, and I was an amateur wrestler for 4, and then I coached voluntarily, and then I ended up becoming a head coach. So it was fun, and I enjoyed it, and I was like, I'm going to get into wrestling.
Okay.
Yeah.
As a youngster, when I was in like 7th or 8th grade and they were coming to recruit for high school, I was a huge wrestling fan. Sting, the Legion of Doom, all those guys, Ric Flair. And the recruiter came and was like, they were trying to recruit for a private school, and they're like, we have wrestling.
Yeah.
And me and a buddy of mine, we're the only two that like pro wrestling. We're like, oh my God, they have wrestling? And they're like, no, it's not that time.
It's not that time, yeah. But it's funny, so one of my head coaches, he literally was asked to join the wrestling team. So he did the wrestling team, and he said he did like an elbow drop. He's like, oh, I don't know what wrestling is, and did an elbow drop, and they're like, no, and got disqualified. So he didn't learn until later on, but it literally happens sometimes.
Right, because if I would have went out there, I would have locked the Scorpion Deathlock on somebody, and they would be like, dude, get out of here.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. It's actually legal in some places.
It is.
Okay. Legal.
Okay.
Legal, yeah.
Now, obviously, to be a professional wrestler, you got to work out, you got to stay in good shape. What type of music are you listening to when you're working out?
It depends on the day, but usually I'm listening to metalcore. So anything like Bring Me the Horizon. I like Hollow Front. Hollow Front's really good. Somebody new that I just found. Fire from the Gods. So they're usually my top picks. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, when you're not wrestling, when you're not training, what are some of the things you like to do for fun?
Working.
Working is fun.
I'm working. Yes. I have an awesome job, so I'm usually working.
Okay. Without saying the company, can you say what you do?
I fight and ride horses.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
In the Orlando area?
Yes.
I think I've probably seen you there.
You may have.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, man, they have some good turkey legs there.
Yeah, it's chicken, but it is.
It was chicken. I'm sorry. Okay. Okay.
It's good, though.
Wow. Okay. So I've probably seen you in a show.
You may have.
Okay. We won't say the name, but you guys can figure it out. Orlando.
Yeah, Orlando, horses. Fighting, yeah.
So that's where the wrestling gimmick then comes from,
yes.
is it?
Somebody actually once said that there were not any Black Knights, and then I was like, oh, so I did my own research, and there actually were Black Knights. They're usually in the Moorish kingdom, but the African Berbers were the correct term for the Black Knights in that kingdom. So I'm bringing and spreading awareness of that there were Black Knights.
Oh, that's awesome. Are you deep into like the mythology of knights?
I'm working on it. It's a fascinating aspect, but it's cool. I enjoy it.
That's really cool. Like, yeah, it's like it's something that I think a lot of people look at and they see, but they don't really understand it.
No, they don't understand it at all.
Right.
I didn't understand it at all, but I'm learning, and I'm like, oh, this is awesome. I really enjoy this a lot. So like I found out like I have ancestors that were Berbers, so like it helps to like bring it out. Like I'm definitely gonna show that this is real. So yeah.
that is really cool. I'm definitely digging it.
Yeah.
If you guys haven't been to one of those shows, you have to go.
Definitely.
My fiance took me for my birthday one year. It was so much fun.
It's amazing. It's so much fun. Like people have so much fun there, and I love to make sure people have fun. Like sometimes they'll be really quiet and like, I'm like, no, like you paid, have fun.
Yes.
Be a kid.
Right.
Be a kid. So like as long as you're a kid there, that's all that matters.
Right.
That's all that matters.
Now, one of the questions I like to ask every wrestler that I interview is we're here at an independent show. What are people missing out if they're not coming to shows like Generation Championship Wrestling is putting on today?
Well, I would say hunger. A lot of people, when they get to certain places, it's a different type of hunger. Here, we're all starving. We're all just looking for that chance, that opportunity, and you're missing that at other places. But in these smaller independent shows, you have these people that are super hungry and talented, and they just want to be showcased and seen to get that opportunity, that one shot. And that's what you're missing, and that's what you get when you come to like shows like Generation Championship Wrestling. So it's just that hunger and that fire.
Speaking of hunger, you just had a match.
Yeah.
What are you going to have to eat after this?
I think I'm going to have to go to meet and greets. I want to enjoy that. I definitely want to enjoy that.
ODB's food truck is out there. I saw the pictures of all the barbecue out there. Yeah. I'm like, that's what's on my mind.
Exactly.
At least once, if not twice today, I think I'm having barbecue.
Yeah. Definitely. So I'm a meat lover.
You're a meat lover, and the food looks amazing out there. That's the great thing about these Generation Championship Wrestling shows is they always seem to have a food truck with amazing food.
Food trucks are the best thing in the world.
They really are. Have you ever had bad food from a food truck?
Not that I can recall.
Right.
Expensive food, but not bad food.
Right.
Yeah.
That's one of the things my fiance and I were talking about. Like every time we have food from a food truck, it's off the chain.
I went to another show yesterday, and they had a food truck that had crepes, and they had a seafood crepe. It was like a seafood broil in a crepe.
Okay.
And it was just phenomenal.
Right.
Phenomenal.
I think those food trucks, because they make it or break it by their food.
Exactly.
You go to these chain restaurants, you get a bad meal, they could care less.
They're like, okay.
Yeah, you'll be back.
Right.
But the food trucks, you get a bad experience. They're like, that could ruin their reputation.
Exactly.
So the food trucks, the food, always off the chain.
It has to be good.
Right.
It has to be good.
Is there anything else we should look out from you coming here in the future?
Just look out for me.
Just look out for you.
I'm everywhere. I'm trying to be everywhere. Just staying busy, trying to stay hungry, trying to get opportunity after opportunity. I love this. I love to work for other people. I want the crowd to understand this is fun for us as much as it is for you. So give to us, and we'll give way more back.
Right.
So that's what I'm looking for, and that's what I work for every time I step foot in the fray. So.
Right. That's awesome. Who were some of your influences in wrestling?
So, funny story. The main reason that I got into this, that was my final push, was Leo Rush.
Okay.
I seen him in his age.
And he's here today.
He was here today.
He's here today.
His age was just like, oh wow, if he can do it, I can do it. Because he was 24 when he first got into, 23 when he got into it. That he was getting there, and I was like, all right, I want to do this, because if he can do it, I can do it. So it's.
Have you talked to Lilo out there?
I haven't talked to him today. I've met him before.
You met him before, okay.
Yeah, so I'm. Stage fright.
Right.
But yeah, he's a large influence on my drive to get here.
Right. That's what's awesome. I think a lot of people have misconceptions, at least I did for a while, about what independent wrestling was. They thought it was a bunch of older guys, maybe wash up. No, it's like the stars of tomorrow with the stars of today and big names that you've seen all over. It's like you got the best of all worlds when you come to shows like this.
Yeah.
Now, where can people look you up at?
You can look me up at SK Merrik Donovan, and that's on Instagram, that's on Twitter, Facebook. It's Sir Knight Merrik Donovan. Yeah, that's all the social media handles.
That's it. Okay, keeping it simple for everybody out there.
Keeping it very simple. If you type in SKM, I should pop up.
Okay, easy enough.
SKM, that's it. So.
Awesome, Merrik. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And guys, if you like interviews like this, make sure you stay tuned in here to Toned In Entertainment for future videos.
Subscribe to the channel. Do it. Go now. Do it now.